Hello everyone, this is Navneeta. Now we are going to study the topic from refraction of light at curved surfaces. So here you can see one question. A transparent sphere of radius r and refractive index n. So given here, a transparent sphere of radius is r and refractive index n is kept in air. At what distance from the surface of the sphere should a point object be placed on the principal axis so as to form a real image at the same distance from the second surface of the sphere? So you can see here. Now, here I have taken the sphere. The radius of the sphere is r. Yes, and given refractive index n is kept in air. So you can see here the refractive index is given n. So what they are asking here? At what distance from the surface of the sphere should a point of object be placed on the principal axis so as to form a real image at the same distance from the second surface of the sphere? So here, take this as the one surface and this is the another surface. Yes. So here the object is placed on the principal axis here. Yes. So we can take this as the O. So at what distance the object is placed on the principal axis from the point of the pole? Yes, so here I have taken this as the x from the point pole. This is taken as the P. And at what distance the image is placed on the second surface from the point of the surface on the principal axis? So here this is the pole and this is the principal axis, right? So here the image is placed on the principal axis. So the distance between P to O is equal to the distance of P to I. So for this we can take this is also as x distance. So what is the distance of O from P? The same distance is for image also. So take this as the x. So here when we draw the ray diagrams to this, so the incident ray from the point of the object is reached at the surface of the first medium. Yes. So here it makes an angle of elevation theta. We can say this as the incident ray. So it makes an angle elevation of theta. And from this the distance of this incident ray is equal to the distance of the second surface. So this emerging ray is also equal. So here this is also makes an angle theta. Okay, so here it is also makes an angle theta. Yes, so this incident ray is a elevation of theta and this emerging ray is declination of theta. So here the incident ray is in air medium. The air medium refractive index is equals to 1. Yes. Here, what is the distance between P to O? That is equals to the distance of P dash to I. The distance of object and image both are equal. So that's why we can write from this PO equals to P dash I. So try to draw a refracted ray from this. You can see here the refracted ray is between these 2 points. Yes, this is parallel to the principal axis. So from this we can draw. So here I have taken half of the sphere. So this is the principal axis. So here from some distance, at some distance we are keeping the object O from point pole. Here the distance from P to O is taken as the x. Here the radius of curvature of the sphere is r, and here from this point of the object we can draw a line, that is a incident ray. Yes, and here the refracted ray is parallel to the principal axis. So this we got from the before picture, right? So there I got refracted ray is parallel to the principal axis, and here this incident ray is in air medium. Yes, the refractive index of air equals to 1. So here spherical surface image formation formula is N2 by V minus N1 by U equals to N2 minus N1 by R. Yes, so this is a formula for spherical surfaces. So we have N2 by V minus N1 by U equals to N2 minus N1 by R. First talk about N1. So N1 equals to in air, that is refractive index of air equals to 1, and refractive index of another medium is equals to n. Already in question given that the refractive index is n. Yes, so that's why here we have taken n2 equals to n and n1 equals to 1. And here u equals to minus x. Why we are taking here minus x? Because here we know u is the object distance from the pole to the object. That distance is known as object distance. So from the point of pole to the object, this distance is known as object distance here. So we are taking this as the x. So here when we are measuring the object distance, this is opposite to the incident ray. So the direction of the incident ray is like this, and the direction of the object distance is opposite to the incident ray. So that's why we are taking here u equals to minus x. Yes, and r equals to plus r, because from pole to the center of curvature the distance is known as radius of curvature. So that distance is the direction of the radius of curvature is same as to the incident ray. So that's why we are taking here plus r. And what about the image distance? So this is the infinity, because we know that when the refracted ray is parallel to the principal axis, where the image will be formed? Yes, at the point of infinity, the image will be formed. So that's why we are taking here v as a infinity. Yes, so u equals to minus x, r equals to plus r, and v equals to infinity. So substitute all these values in the spherical surface formula. So here we will get n by infinity minus 1 by minus x. We know n2 equals to n and v is the infinity, and n1 equals to 1 and u equals to minus x. So n minus 1 by r. So this is what gets cancelled here, and here this is minus minus also gets cancelled. So we got here 1 by x equals to n minus 1 by r. So here I am doing reciprocal of this. So here we got x is equals to r by n minus 1. This is the distance of object as well as image. So here the distance from the P to O, we got x is equals to r by n minus 1, as well as we can also write the image distance is also r by n minus 1. R is the radius of curvature and n is the refractive index of the surface. So the object distance and image distance are depends upon the radius of curvature and refractive index.